Da 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 do 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 do. What's up, everybody? Sebastian here, and today I will have my spoiler-free Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens review. That's really hard to say. Now, I want to reiterate that this is in fact a spoiler-free review. I won't be getting into any of the details of the story. It's going to be kind of a brief overview of the movie, all the things that I liked, and all the things that I didn't like or thought felt kind of short of what they could. Now, do I think this is a great movie? Yes. Do I think this is a perfect movie? No. Do I recommend you go see it? Yes. Is it without its faults? No. That being said, I kind of want to preface the video by saying I'm in the minority in the fact that I don't absolutely hate the prequels, and I don't believe the original trilogy is as good as a lot of people make it out to seem. I recently went back before watching this movie and watched an episode every week leading up 7 weeks until on the 7th weekend we watched episode 7. And what I had, the conclusion I came to after doing all of that, the prequels aren't as bad as a lot of people make them out to seem. It seems really popular to hate them. Ah, George Lucas, you've killed Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks, it's terrible. And everyone seems to idolize and look at episode 4, 5, and 6 with rose-tinted glasses. So I kind of want to preface that to see kind of where I'm coming from and maybe some of the biases I might have. But let's get into the movie. The good! And there's a lot of good to talk about. It looks like Star Wars, it sounds like Star Wars, it is Star Wars, and that is enough for most. As for the characters are all very, very good. The way they blend the original cast with the new cast is done very effectively. You believe the interplay between them, and the original cast is here to varying capacities, but what is kind of good to see is that they're believable. You believe that they're here because they care to be here. It doesn't seem like a cash grab or a way to prolong their career. A lot of these actors don't need that. And so it was nice to see them back in the movie. It was nice to see them fulfilling those roles that they fulfilled some 30 years ago. The bad. There's not a whole lot to say bad about this movie, but the things that do bother me quite a bit. The movie's stuck between two different worlds. On the one hand, we have the original trilogy, in which they're trying to pay homage to and be nostalgic. And on the other hand, you have the new story that's trying to progress the franchise forward and keep things new, fresh, and exciting. Now, the problem with this movie is oftentimes they're stuck between these two worlds. They're either trying to play too much to the original trilogies, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, remember, we've seen this before. And then when they are developing the new story elements, they're not fleshed out enough. It seems to be a story of things to come later on down the road. Now, there will be a lot of familiar treading of story elements, plot points, and imagery from the original trilogy to this. This might be something a lot of people like, and some people might dislike the uninspiredness of these retreading of story elements. I, for one, I kind of lie in the middle. In some instances, it works really well. In others, it seems too shoehorned in. But I understand why it was that they were trying to do that. All in all, I really, really recommend you see this movie. Go and see it, go and see it, go and see it. You should have seen it yesterday. Like, what are you doing? Turn the video off and go see it. It's an amazing movie. I will be seeing it maybe 2 or 3 times. It's fundamentally Star Wars, and that is its biggest accomplishment and its biggest downfall. It does Star Wars, and when it does Star Wars, it does it very well, and sometimes it becomes too familiar and bogs down with what's been laid before it. And as always, that's it. See you later.